Welcome to this edition of Mayor's Report Dublin. I'm your host, Dr. Marshall Kamina. Joining me today is Mayor Sherry Hu from the City of Dublin. Welcome, Mayor. We've been looking forward to seeing you.
Thank you, and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you also. I wonder if you would be willing to share with you Mayor's Choice. It's always so good.
Okay, so this time is a little bit more serious topic. So I want to focus on emergency preparedness and with an emphasis on shared responsibilities between the city and our residents and our businesses. We want everybody to get ready in case there's an emergency, right? So our city invested in emergency planning, alerts, and coordination with regional partners. Preparedness truly starts at home or at work. And residents and the businesses should always understand the risks and know how to respond and take a proactive plans. So those are a few, we said the more serious topics, but it's great we talk about that in the beginning of the year so they can plan ahead for the whole year.
Thank you.
Yeah. So we want to say a few things. People make sure they are on it. So we do have these emergency alert systems. Mm-hmm. So for example, like an AC alert. Have you been on this system?
Yes.
Yeah, it's an app you can download in your phone, and then if something happens, they will have a notification, and so you get a time to like say act quickly.
Yes, that's very important.
Yeah, very important. And talk to your household members or your peers at work. Talk to them about the plan, like how you plan to communicate, where you plan to meet afterwards, and also always have a supplies with you. So, Dr. Marshall, do you know what kind of supplies you need?
What kind?
Do you think, what kind of things you can think about you want to bring with you in the emergency situations?
You caught me on that one.
Medicine, right? I think that's the most important.
I think that's more.
You want to bring that with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's other common things people always need to bring with them, like some cash and some, those kind of clothes, something they need to use.
Got it. Mm. Now, I'm returning to that subject that apparently never stops. FCI, Federal Correctional Institution. The institute in Dublin was closed permanently, of course, as you well know, by the Federal Bureau of Prisons. After that closure, there was talk of it being used by the Department of Homeland Security. The City of Dublin, obviously, as you know, doesn't control that property, but what action has the city taken so far? What's the current status?
Yeah, sure. So we do spend quite some time in the past to talk with the communities, and also we had discussions in the council meetings in the past 3 meetings, 2 or 3 meetings last year. And we want to make sure people understand we support our communities. Although our city does not have a control, does not have jurisdiction on those properties because it's a federal property. But we approach that proactively. And during the last year, I think it's in April and also in November, our city has sent out 2 formal letters to Bureau of Prisons and Homeland Security to oppose the opening of that facility for any use, because that facility has a lot of issues during the past, and it's just not suitable to do any further use for detention center or for prison for any sort of purpose of that. In addition to that, we also passed a proclamation, the last meeting last year, like in December, unanimously opposing open the center for any purpose of that. But we want to say, so far none of those news, those has been confirmed.
None of them.
Yeah, none of them has been confirmed, and also in last June 2025, the Bureau of Prison Director stated it is highly unlikely the site would be used as an immigration detention facility.
I see.
So there's all kinds of information and suspicion, but nothing has been confirmed.
Thank you. Caltrans has had a large project on 580 and 680.
Yeah.
We all know. It's resulted in lane closures in both directions between Pleasanton, Dublin, Castro Valley. Are you aware if the project is still ongoing? And if so, how can people check for potential closures before they
Right.
leave?
Yeah, we feel like it's always ongoing, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
that's right.
there's a lot of projects. The 580, 680 project is still ongoing. The Caltrans is continuing a major pavement rehabilitation and the barrier construction project. So they are continue. This is I think it's a project spans from 580, 680 overcrossing to 582 and 238.
Ah.
So in Castro Valley. So the work including, I have this list here, concrete roadway slabs, and constructing new concrete barriers, and upgrading both eastbound and westbound lanes. So in order to meet today's standards. So there's a lot of work going on. So you might expect the delays
Yes.
and the closures. So the information is actually live on the website called the Quick Map. So the website is www.quick is very quick, right? quickmap.ca.gov.
That's a very interesting
Yeah.
site, but,
Yeah,
but that's
quick
helpful,
map.
isn't it?
Yeah. So I guess when you go out, and especially during those closure times, I think it's normally evenings or weekends, and plan alternate routes.
Thank you. Well, we're going to take a short break. We'll be back in just a moment on this edition of Mayor's Report Dublin. Welcome back to this edition of Mayor's Report Dublin. We are here talking with Mayor Hu from the very city of Dublin. And my gosh, I'm excited to ask you about the Sunflower Hill complex. The Dublin Planning Commission has approved the next phase of this affordable project called Grace Point. Tell us about this project.
Sure.
and its next
Yeah,
steps.
we're so excited about this project. So Sunflower Hill at the Grace Point is a 60 unit apartment community and designed for people with intellectual and developmental disabilities.
Nice.
Yeah, it's really our community want to make sure we provide inclusive and we'll say inclusive and engaging living environment for individuals who really need help.
What a wonderful project.
Yeah, it's a wonderful project. It will be 3 floors, including a lot of indoor-outdoor activities. And our planning commission approved the project last month, and they got the entitlement, and the future is just the implementations.
Thank you for that. Now, you've had several parks open in 2025. The most recent one, I believe, was Forest Park. Could you tell us where it's located and what's it like?
Sure. Yeah, we were so proud in last, let's say 4 months, we actually opened 2 parks. One park was Wallace Ranch Community Park. And the second one, within 4 months, we opened is the Forest Park. So Forest Park, it's actually near the Jordan Ranch neighborhood on the east side of Dublin. It's a very beautiful neighborhood over there, and Forest Park is a 2-acre park.
2-acre park?
2 acre, yeah. The location is like we have an address here, 2150 Central Parkway.
I see.
Yeah, it's a beautiful place, have a playground, have a multi-use sports court, and they have a basketball and a futsal. There's another sports called the futsal there, and picnic areas, and grass for people can run their dogs over there, I guess. And then there's one thing special about this park is we try to be, it's called a forest park, right? So we try to make sure we have a local plants, local trees. Although right now it's still smaller trees, but in the future they will grow into a park. And one unique thing our city staff thought about and created this program, we call this Adopt a Tree program. With $1,000 donation, you can adopt a tree and then put a sign there, and then to grow with the forest park.
Isn't that something?
Yeah, I actually adopted the first tree. I was so proud about.
Oh, you should be.
Yeah.
I'm just jealous of your Park and Recs department, and so good within
So
this tribal
creative,
area.
I
Great
know.
model.
Good model, yeah. Our staff certainly do a beautiful job. And when we had last opening, although it's in the winter time, it was freezing, but I can see people's passion there. We don't feel cold at all.
Is that right?
It's a beautiful day.
Yes. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, as you know, winter's upon us.
Yeah.
What resources does the city provide to residents to prepare for flooding or power outages?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's one of the things we talk about, a serious topic, but we need to be prepared and understand what other things people can do. So during the heavy rain, our public works, they have prepared the sandbags.
They have
So our
already
resident can go there to take it, yes.
The citizens don't have to load the sand's already in?
Yeah, we already have sandbags prepared in our corporation yard at the Scarlet Drive. And I think I read that each citizen can take 10 sandbags
10 sandbags?
for each household or businesses in case they need that, somewhere you can take to use. And for PG&E, for our power outage, it's a PG&E, and report to PG&E as soon as you have these issues, and work with them. Like we have talked to PG&E a lot. It's just something not controlled, not managed by our city. So for our residents have a outage, contact PG&E directly and quickly as they can.
Well, what about warming centers? Do you have any in Dublin?
With what?
Warming centers?
Oh, yeah, that's a good thing. We haven't talked about this, but libraries, like senior centers, and even our city hall during the weekdays, work time, it's always open.
Oh, it is? Oh. Well, the Mayor's Conference is coming up, and boy, there are lots of nice events, and you're going to be going to Washington, D.C. to meet with your other colleagues. I wonder if you could tell us about the trip and other events you'd like to tell us about that happened when you're there.
Sure. So it's the last week of January, and 5 mayors of our Tri-Valley, we are going to this trip to Washington, D.C. We do 2 things. First, we do legislative advocacy to represent our Tri-Valley as a region, to get in front of the congressmen, senators, the different departments. Last year we went to Department of Transportation, Department of Energy, and there might be a few more. So we want to let them know our regional priorities, and want to, to know we have a need for different projects. That's the purpose. Second thing we go is to attend the Mayor's Conference. So Mayor's Conference is a conference. I think hundreds of mayors in the states will go there.
Do you all fly at the same time to go there from
for the Tri-Valley? So we kind of, because I think at least I know a few mayors. We are flying on Sunday, like a flight directly from SFO to Washington, D.C. We stay in the same hotel, so it's easy to coordinate.
Well, that's a good idea.
Yeah, so we are friends, clearly, you can tell.
Yes, but the ability to speak as one voice for multiple communities, what we call the Tri-Valley, is really quite a benefit historically.
Exactly. So one of the things we impress the people, like what we just mentioned, is 5 mayors at the same time in the same room, and then meeting those important people and as you said, talking one language together. So first, as a region together, we have a more the residents here, and so our voice is louder. Another thing you can tell, like we are coordinated, we have a shared priorities as a region.
Well, might you have in your mind a few of the issues that you want to discuss with our...
A few issues, yes, let's say a few issues. So I think we always talk about, for example, although it's shared issues, but it can be local as well, like a Pleasanton, like a Mayor Jack Botch always want to make sure, their water also needs additional budget. Water is so important, and we hear them, and so we always talk about this. And we also talk about this 580, 680, we just talk about the traffic, the things, how we can improve that. And another things we talk about is we do have this, what do they call this? We have this railway, this go to the inland.
Our transit system?
Valley, yes. So Valley Link, so that's one of the local transportation project we want to say it's happening. So those are a few important things. And we do talk, like kind of prepare ourselves before we go to all the meetings.
It's a lot of fun, but it's a lot of work, isn't it?
It's like a one meeting after another, and all important meetings for 2 full days, from morning all the way to the end.
That's really exciting for you. I hope you enjoy it.
Yeah, like last year we did. Even the weather was cold. Last year was snowing in Washington, D.C. For people like us from California, we feel it's freezing cold, but we are happy to do work over there.
Is there anything else on your mind that's been going on that you'd like to share with us?
That's something really important, the state of the city.
Oh, yes.
So we have scheduled for Dublin this year is February 24th.
The last one you had knocked it out of the park. It was so good.
Thank you. This year will be better. I promise you.
I don't know how it could be any better.
Yeah. So we always push ourselves to be better every year. So this will be a summary of our last year's work, and also looking forward for the future. And you heard a lot of great news from the community, from the businesses, and from our city. You already know, like the parks open, there's new things going on, and we just have one good news after another good news. Although there's also things we need to work on, always trying to do better job in those public safeties, in these public works, all these kind of projects, developments. All exciting.
But you set the standard for that now for the whole Tri-Valley. I cannot think of one that was any better than the last ones you did.
It's so nice.
I don't know how you could do it again.
Yeah, it's so nice of you. So we'll have to invite you, come over and be part of this
It'll be our
event.
pleasure. You'll be at Shamrock Center?
We have at our community center. Our do we call this a Shamrock? Which is a
yes, where you had it last
community
time?
center. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, we will
That's a wonderful spot.
Yeah, our beautiful community center over there.
Yes. Well, I'll look forward to seeing that very much indeed.
Yeah, thank you.
Anything else you'd like to share with us?
So anything else? Okay, so right after this State of the City on February 24th, and the second day, February 25th, we will have our volunteer recognition event.
You will?
Yeah, and we are who we are, such a friendly, such a thriving city, is also because a lot of volunteers do above and beyond to serve our community. So it's just once a year we want to spend time to celebrate and to recognize their effort and just show our gratitude.
Well, you've done a wonderful job on the jobs, balance with jobs, and what else?
What else? I think we do have this like a weekly update, weekly brief. I just want to make sure everybody knows our city spends a lot of effort to put a newsletter together every week.
Right.
and then make sure you sign up, because you have to sign up in order to receive the email. We cannot just send to you. And on our website, sign up, and then you get weekly newsletter, so you know what's going on.
But I think your jobs housing balance has been something you've done a wonderful job on. Can you speak about that for a
The
second?
housing projects,
The balance between jobs and housing.
and housing. So for our city, I do remember we have a lot of jobs, and also, like you everybody knows, in the past like 2 decades, our city has been developing very fast. A lot of housing projects, and now almost built out. But even so, we still have several projects. They are in progress. So people drive to our Tassajara Road, they say the Dublin City Center on the right side. There are like 500 residential homes. And then you drive on the Fallon Road. You can, I think you have to go a little bit to the east side. There's also, I think, several hundred homes already in construction right now. And there's just things still going on. People still have chance to get brand new homes at our beautiful city.
How about expansion of shopping?
Shopping, that's one of the great ideas. You know, like our businesses are thriving. New restaurants opened, and I just know last year opened a very high-end Indian restaurant, People, and a Chinese restaurant, Pearl Harbor, just next to the Regal Theater, and a new Mexican restaurant. And we opened just a new, like a Naxar gym for exercise, to work out. So there's so many new places. And I know people always ask me about H Mart. So I just heard recently, like, it's going to open either this spring or summer.
Is that right?
Yeah, H Mart, people ask about that all the time. We are so looking forward to have all these new things going on. People are excited here.
Well, I can't thank you enough for being here today and updating us. It's been a real pleasure.
Same here, and wish everybody a best New Year. We call it the New Year, New You, and wish you the best.
And the same to you.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching this edition of Mayor's Report Dublin. Join us for the next episode right here on Tri-Valley TV. I'm Dr. Marshall Kamina, and I thank you for joining us.